Ox Nation, welcome back. It's Healthy, Happy, Harder to Kill. Today we're talking about goal setting. So it's that time of year when people start thinking about New Year's resolutions. They start thinking about 2022, what they want to achieve, what would make their life great, what would give them the best year of their life. I know that's where I'm at. I know that's what I've been writing down for the last couple of weeks. So if you decide to set yourself a goal, the chances are you're not going to achieve that goal. But if you decide to make a commitment, the odds are on your side and you will probably follow through with what it is that you set out to achieve. So I've been fascinated with success, the psychology of success. I've got a master's degree in psychology. It's why I was interested in what makes people tick, right? What makes these people successful? What makes these people fail? Ever since I started playing sports, I've been fascinated by why people achieve. And over the past 10 years, I've worked with hundreds of athletes, small business owners. And what I've learned is it comes down to one simple question. Are you interested in what you want to achieve? It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have that thing. It'd be nice to have that relationship. It'd be nice to have that business. It'd be nice to have that body. It'd be nice to feel that way. Or are you committed to making it happen? I'm committed to this relationship. I'm committed to having that business. I'm committed to having that body. I'm committed to whatever it is. Are you setting a goal or are you setting a commitment? And there are some key differences that I'm going to get into. So I like to start out with what is the dream, right? Whenever I work with anybody, whenever I work with our interns at OXFIT, whenever I work with small business owners, whenever I just meet any athletes that want to talk about what it is they want to achieve, I start with the dream. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm driven by people's dreams, people's passions, what it is that most brings them to life. If you've read Jim Collins, he calls it the big, hairy, audacious goal. He wrote some great books, Good to Great, Built to Last. And it's got to be something bigger than you, right? It's got to be something that scares the crap out of you. It's got to be something that gets you out of bed in the morning. It's got to be something that you're super passionate about. I want to know that. That's what I want to get to the heart of. What drives you? What makes you feel most alive, right? And I always want to start there. Then we got to tie it to a why, right? Why do you do the things you do? Why do you need to achieve that goal? Why do you need to make that dream happen, right? And when I think about last year, 2020, the things that changed in my life were the things that I committed to, right? We had gone through a crazy pandemic, right? We'd gone through these things and everybody was struggling. I was struggling, my friends were struggling. I was drinking too much. I was eating shit. I wasn't working out as much as I wanted to do. When I got in the gym, I didn't know what I was training towards, so I would just stand around and be like, have a crappy session and then be like, all right, see you tomorrow. And it was just this day-to-day grind, right? And something had to change. So in terms of fitness, me and my friends sat down and we were like, this is not working. What are we going to do? And we decided, okay, let's commit to doing a bodybuilding competition. We're not bodybuilders. We just enjoy doing fitness, right? But we knew that we needed a commitment that would make us change the way we were doing things day to day. So we set that bodybuilding goal. We said, no matter what, June 1st, we're getting on stage. June 1st, 2021, we're getting on stage, right? That was terrifying. But we had something behind it. We'd always wanted to have a certain physique. And we were so far away from that, from being in this pandemic. We were eating and drinking way too much. We were so far away that it scared us so much that we were like, all right, that's the dream. We're going to get that body that we want by June 1st. And no matter what, we're making a commitment to each other that we are getting on stage all together and we're going to do it no matter what, right? With the business, I knew that I wanted to make people happier, right? I knew that what I was doing in psychology, the way I was working with people in all these companies that I was working in, wasn't working. I wasn't seeing the impact that I wanted to have. And I'd found gyms in London that I was working out at, and I could see the impact that I could have on people by creating these communities and giving people this place to go and making them happier through fitness and protecting people from being depressed by making them happier and making them healthier and making them harder to kill. So that's what drove the business. In terms of why I'm making these videos, I want to have an impact on your life. I want to use the things that I've learned over studying success, over studying habits, over studying all these things, that I can make a positive influence in your life. I want to change your life through the things that I've known that changed my life, right? Why do I want to own a sports franchise one day? I want to own a sports franchise one day because I don't like listening to motivational speakers. I like seeing motivational people. So if I want to inspire people that came from my town, if I want to inspire people that, 5'9", not super athletic, but dream of playing sports, how can I show them a different way? If I can go from the small town that I grew up in to owning a sports franchise, I won't have to say anything motivational. I'll just have to show up and say, you can do it too, right? That's what drives me. Changing lives, changing my life, changing your life, changing other people's lives is why I get out of bed in the morning, right? So that's the why. So can you tie it back to a why? With bodybuilding, it was as simple as I've always dreamt of having this body. I've always wanted to have tattoos, but I want them to go around muscles. So to do that, I've got to do this. I've got to commit to this thing. Next, the reality of the situation is important, right? 32 days. I'm going to say that again. 32 days is the average that people stick with their New Year's resolution. That is not a long time. It's just over the first month, right? One day over. You get to February and then, forget it, right? Why do 9 out of 10 businesses fail? When I work with business owners, it's a terrifying stat, right? You're 10% likely to make it to 5 years, and then another 10% to make it to 10 years. That is terrifying. If you're not interested in this thing, don't get into business, right? Don't do it. You're not going to make it. The chances are not on your side, right? So most people quit, right? Why do they quit? And the reality of the situation is, and I found this in a book called 10X by Grant Cardone, is that it's 10 times harder than you think it's going to be, right? We have these rose-colored glasses on in December, right? Every Sunday, you have them rose-colored. Monday I'm going to start. I'll start Monday, right? Every Sunday you have the, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to change my diet. Tomorrow I'm going to drink less. Tomorrow I'm going to do all these things. We have these rose-tinted glasses that the future is going to be way better, way easier. It's going to be way easier tomorrow. It's not going to be way easier tomorrow. The goals that you're setting, the commitments that you're putting down on paper in next year are going to be 10 times harder to get to than you think. So you need to set a commitment. You need to set a goal that is 10 times greater than you want to achieve, right? What's that one of my favorite quotes? Aim for the stars and you'll reach the clouds, right? Like you've got to set these commitments. You've got to set these dreams so much higher than you think you can achieve so that you fall somewhere that is better than you were in 2021, right? So we've got to reach higher. So the reality of the situation, it's going to be 10 times harder. So we need to set smart goals, right? Some people will just hear this and just set smart goals. That's great. But I think smart goals need to be wrapped up in everything that I'm going through here. So specific, measurable, achievable, what does R stand for? Realistic, and then time-based, right? They're all great things. Follow all them. But the things that are key to that, I think, are specific and measurable, right? So it has to be a specific thing you're aiming at, and it has to be measurable. All the things that I list, I can't just say, I want to do a bodybuilding competition one day. I want to open one gym. It'd be nice to have a gym one day and make people, not even have a gym one day. It'd be nice to make people's lives better. No, it has to be, I want this many gyms. I want to have this much impact on people. I want this many people to watch these videos. I want to have this sports franchise. So when I get there, I know I've achieved it. It's got to be specific. This is how I'm going to achieve it, and measurable. Somebody else could measure it. Yep, check. You achieved that goal, right? So how can you make them specific and measurable? Next, we're going to talk about your expectations, right? The beliefs that you have about yourself. A lot of people that have studied business will have heard of a SWOT analysis, right? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You need to be able to do that on yourself. What are your strengths and weaknesses? What are the opportunities that are going to come up for you next year? And what are the things that are threatening to that? What are the things that are going to take you off of that path? Who are the people that are strong that you need to be around? Who are the weak people that you can't spend as much time with next year because they might knock you off path? What are the opportunities and what are the threats? You need to know these things about yourself and the things that are coming up, right? The next one is my favorite. It's actions, right? And more importantly, what is going to stop you taking action? Tim Ferriss calls it fear setting, and I'm going to link to his exercise because it's one thing that I go through with everybody I work with, all the interns, all the new coaches, all the new business owners, all the athletes. What is the cost of inaction? Everyone wants to talk about all these great things that come from setting goals and having this positive outlook, but I'm going to flip the script on you. I'm going to say, what about if you don't take action? What if you don't achieve the things that you set out to do? In 3 months, what's that cost? In 6 months, what does that cost? And this time next year, what is the cost of you not taking these actions? What is the cost of you not making this commitment to these goals that you set out to achieve? So, fear setting is such a valuable exercise. Tim Ferriss. Then, the final one, the most important one, the thing that this video is all based around is you have to now move. You have to take massive action. You have to do something that scares the crap out of you. With the bodybuilding, it was we have to sign up for a competition. We have to look each other in the eyes. We have to say, we are getting on stage together no matter what you look like. That changes the way you work out, the way you eat, the way you sleep, the way you show up to work out, the way you hydrate. Everything changes once you've decided June 1st, no matter what you look like, you're getting on that stage, right? If it's a business goal, you got to go sign a lease, right? I tell people this all the time. It's all well and good designing a website, doing a pretty Instagram. Ooh, let me draw up a logo. It's all well and good, but until you sign that lease, until you make that commitment to having that business, to having that space, you're not going to do the things that it takes. But when rent is due, you have to go and get the clients. You have to go and find people that need to come into your business. Opening the doors, nobody gives a shit. But going and finding people when that rent's due and you got to pay it at the end of the month. If you don't, your business is gone. If you don't, you lose your house. Shit, that is action. That is the actions you need to take. That is moving yourself towards your goals and towards your dreams, right? That is commitment. I wish I would have known these things 10 years ago. I believe I would have been a professional athlete to a higher level if I would have known that I don't need to set goals, I need to make commitments. And there is a massive, massive difference. I hope this video helped. I hope you're gonna set a commitment. If there's any way I can help, let me know. Go get it. 2022 is your year, but only if you commit to it. OXFIT Nation, let's go get it.